Coach Troy here from Metro Lutheran Ministries Financial Opportunity Center. You're watching our series of videos on improving your financial health. Now, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to go back and look at our previous videos in this series. They're designed to be watched in order so that they can help guide you to be more successful as you work to improve your financial health. Today's video is all about the whys and hows regarding budgets. We'll discuss a little bit about why you need a budget and how to go about beginning the process of establishing a budget. Let's start off with making sure we understand what a budget is. A budget's a financial plan for a specific period of time, and that sounds great, but it's still pretty general. So we'll use this definition. A budget is a plan that estimates how much money you'll bring in and spend over a period of time. Now, you can do this over any period of time. Some people do weekly budgets. Other people do yearly budgets. But we typically think in terms of a month because most of us have cycles of expenses that are typically 30 days. Rent is due once a month. Bill payment is due once a month. So normally, we think of our budgets to start with over the period of a month. Now, why is a budget important? Well, budget is important because it helps you understand how the needs and the wants that you have are likely to be met over the period of time of the budget. You see, resources in this case refers to your income. That may be wages from your job. It could be assistance that you get in the form of WIC or in the form of SSI. Maybe you get child support. Whatever comes in as income is a part of your resources that will then go to meet your wants and needs. And your wants and needs are those things that you have to pay for on a regular basis. And they continue to come and come and come. The big ones, we need rent, we need food, but we also have our tuition for school, gasoline for the car, the utility bills, pet food if you have a pet, even paying for your phone. And as exhaustive as we could make that list, there's the chance that something's going to come up and add to that. An emergency will happen. And while we can't always plan for that, we can begin work on creating a budget that will help us meet as many of these as possible. Budget is a way to look at your spending and your income. And ideally, you'd like to be able to make the balance work out so that all your needs are met. And some of your wants included, including the ability to save money for the future, for emergencies that may arise. Now, without a budget, many people just fall into the habit of spending money as they get it. They pay things as it happens. And sometimes they wind up able to buy a new pair of shoes that they wanted. But later on, when the money has run out, they can't pay for the gas that they need for their car. Understand, this is often not intentional. It's just the result of failing to understand the importance of having a budget. They never learned how to budget in the first place, so it's unfair to expect that they would have understood the need to do so. And let's be honest, it's a lot more enjoyable to spend your money on the family pizza joint than to go shopping and make your own dinner at home sometimes. And it's also more expensive, especially if you're not keeping track of how often you do it. And it's nice to keep your home a nice toasty 75 degrees in the winter, but it also costs a lot more money to keep it that warm. And that burns through people's money because they're not planning and understanding that connection. So the first thing in creating a budget is to understand where is the money going. And I recommend people keep track of every single penny they spend for 30 days. You know, we often spend money without thinking about it. Sure, spending $1.50 for a large soda at the gas station seems like no big deal. But if you do that every day for 30 days, you've just spent $45 that month for sodas. And for many people, $45 would go a long way toward providing gas money for the car. So if you're going to track your spending, the question is, how do you do that? Well, there are smartphone apps that are available that will track your spending for you, but there's nothing wrong with just saving every receipt bringing it home, getting some notebooks, and just keeping track of everything you spend. But you need to keep track of every single penny because you're going to use this information as you begin to plan your budget. So don't guess. Actually keep track of everything that you use. Now, once you have an understanding of how much income you actually have coming in every month, and you know for 30 days about what you've been spending the entire time, it'll be time to create a budget. But that's what we'll talk about in the future. If you'd like to work with one of the financial coaches here at the Metro Lutheran Ministries FOC, our contact information is on the screen now. Feel free to call us. We can get you started towards a path of increasing your financial health. Our next video, we'll discuss the first budget method, the 50-30-20 budget method, and discuss some of the challenges that creating a budget can have.